Okay, I'm going to talk very shortly about a song that was very important to me when I was a kid, growing up. The song is one that I think many of you know. It's called Somewhere Over the Rainbow. It's from The Wizard of Oz. It's a hopeful song about blue skies and happy times. And when I was a lonely kid growing up in Indianapolis, I used to hum the melody to myself when I was sad or scared. I think a lot of you guys know this melody. It goes, it's a beautiful melody. But I want to tell you today about how this song, so important to me when I was a kid, was tainted for me as an animal rights activist, to the point that I could no longer bear hearing or singing it again. What tainted this song? Well, the surprising answer is a man from my homeland, a few thousand miles away in China. Let me explain. The man is a fur farmer, and I first saw him in a video a few years ago. The scene in the video starts with a man and a female German Shepherd sitting peacefully next to him. Maybe this dog was his companion. Maybe she was left to him by a friend. What's obvious is that this poor girl trusts him. Her ears are pert and happy, and she does not bite or growl or squirm, even as the man ties her head tightly up against the railing. It is not until the man walks behind her, seizes her leg, and pulls out his knife that the girl senses something might be wrong. Her ears are suddenly pulled tightly against her head, and her eyes shrink with fear as she turns and looks back. The man lifts the girl up by her hind legs so that her body dangles in the air. Why are you doing this? The girl's eyes ask. And then the answer comes. The man viciously slashes at the girl's thigh. She jerks her head back, snapping at the man who has betrayed her, screaming in surprise and pain as the blood sprays over the thick white snow. She struggles, but we slowly see the hope in her eyes fade away, and hear her voice change from the ear-splitting scream of terror to the quiet moan of desperation. She is begging this man with her eyes and her face and her moan. She is begging this man, please, sir, I know you are stronger than I, but please stop what you are doing, because I cannot take it. I simply cannot take the pain. As all of this is happening in the video, we hear a haunting rendition of Somewhere Over the Rainbow playing in the background. My favorite childhood song has been a casualty of this video. For the past few years, I've been unable to hear Somewhere Over the Rainbow without being haunted by that poor German Shepherd's sad eyes. When I hear the song, I don't see rainbows or happy smiles. I see my doggy friend's beautiful face contorted into a grimace of terror. I see her body twisted into an unnatural position as she convulses from the ungodly amount of pain. I see her slowly fade away, another victim of mankind's bigotry against our non-human brother. And yet something has begun to change in recent months. I've been able to hear Somewhere Over the Rainbow once again with a smile on my face. Perhaps it's just time. It's been many years since I first saw this video, since I first saw that horrible scene. Perhaps it's reconditioning. I heard the song recently in happier context, at a wedding for one, and in a wonderful episode of the television show Glee. Yes, I watch Glee and I love it. I admit it. But I think the real reason I can listen to that song again is because of people like all of you, and because of the hope that all of you give me for the animal rights movement. This is a movement that grows and strengthens every day, built on the empathy, the talent, and the sacrifice of good people all over the world. Fur Free Friday, more than any other day, shows us this. Of course, it's too late for the poor girl who was brutally betrayed in China. Her real-life nightmare is over, and there's nothing any of us can do about that. But for all the other animals killed for fur, for experiments, or for food, I think the message of my favorite song is, and should be, that as long as we have dreams, we also still have hope. Thank you all for coming out here today to share my dream of a just and peaceful world for all the animals of this earth. And if I can make one small request, I want to ask all of you to help me today to reclaim my favorite song. Let's dare to dream of animal liberation, and even more, dare to dream that just over a rainbow, our dream of a better world will come true. Okay, so we're going to start marching now. Let's do one chant, and then Jay's going to take us down. One chant here.